Hello and welcome back to another moon ceremony. Just in case you're unfamiliar with me, I'm Safrianna Luna, the queer spirit guide, and I am so delighted to join with you in ceremony. Uh, there's a lot of energy in the air tonight, and I have talked to several people today. Pretty much everybody I did talk to was like, what's going on, and felt very assured when I said, you are not alone. There is some collective movement happening here, especially around our emotions. And so many of us are experiencing just big, big feelings right now, whether it be about family, whether it be about the direction we're moving in our life, whether it be facing a truth that maybe we don't want to face. Like there's just been a lot of emotions collectively coming to the surface to be looked at. So, my plan tonight is to really honor that and to tune into the energy that's here, really do a super thorough energy clearing because there's a lot of heaviness. And then we'll go into a time of guided visualization. And then I will be pulling some cards for the collective at the end. So, welcome. If you're here with me live, feel free to say hi in the chat. And if you're watching the replay, know that you are held in this sacred space just as much as those that are here live. Uh, let me know if there's a keyword for how you've been feeling lately that you want to share. For me, I'll say buzzy, like the possibilities. Hi, Dorothy. Good to see you. Just like this buzzy energy of breakthrough and possibilities is really here. Welcome, Rachel. It's just been, it's like this sizzly under the surface feeling that's been going on. I really felt it shift with the Virgo new moon, but it's just been building and amping up. So if you're not aware, tonight is an actual penumbral eclipse, which is a gentler kind of eclipse. It's not the full kinds of eclipse where you really see the light change and the colors change. It's just the shadow is slightly passing over the surface of the moon. So if you can see Grandmama Moon tonight, it's going to be raining here, but you might still see a shadow. I'm not sure timeline wise exactly. Time, that thing. So I'm not sure exactly when it was, but you might see a shadow in a penumbral eclipse. You might not. Welcome, Mary Fran. But it's a gentler eclipse instead of like the April eclipse where it was like, oh my gosh, yet. There is still so much coming up here. It's just not quite, yes, Mary Fran, exactly. It's feeling dreamier instead of feeling really, really like heavy and dense. So, yeah, Donna, thanks for, affirming that this feeling is just, it's like drinking a fizzy drink and the bubbles that are coming up, like they're just coming up to the surface in a more compassionate and slow yet full of energy kind of way. So honor this wherever you're at right now. And let's talk about Pisces energy. So we'll just orient in. So Pisces energy is really this dreamy, watery, intuitive energy. Pisces energy is very important to me. I have a lot of beloved Pisces. Oh, thank you for that. 10:34 p.m. ET. Eastern time is when that penumbral eclipse sounds like it's going to be peaked. So really right now is a great time to be tuning into your awareness. Now, I'll say intuitive awareness if you are in tune with your intuition, but if that doesn't land for you for whatever reason, just your awareness. There's a heightened awareness, especially around emotions that you can tune into right now. It's a great time to really be feeling into your empathy, right? Your ability to feel for others, but to not get wound up in their stuff. That's one of the important messages that's coming forward with this full moon is like everybody is going through something and everybody is releasing and healing something. So we can't take on everybody else's stuff. We have to really tend to ours and bring in this awareness and this sensitivity, but also empathy for other people. So this time of blurring of boundaries, it can be, when other people are having a lot of emotional things coming up, we can want to run in, we can want to save, we can want to take on. And this moon is actually offering us a different way of looking at it, to really be able to see the boundary between ourselves and others, to be able to express it, maybe creatively, maybe artistically, to share what is ours to share, but again, not to like take on everything from everyone else. There's a lot of hard truths that many of us are facing right now. And, one of the most obvious hard truths that I think we can speak to collectively is the hard truth of division. No matter who you are and where you are right now, there is an energy of division that is highly potent. And it's really, really been wreaking havoc on our nervous systems because everywhere we look, there's conflict. And everywhere we look, someone is being made out to be the enemy. And that constant state of this collective hypervigilance that's happening right now, it's an energetic nightmare. It's not a state that makes it easy to hold the vibration and the attitude of love. And so we're really being called in to, again, have that empathy, dissolve the illusions of division, to find balance between our dreams and our reality, and to call in better. But we can't do that by trying to have a bunch of control. We can't do that by trying to fix everything. We do that by surrendering and doing what we can do. So I'm hoping to really get that sort of energetically settled in some tonight in our experience. But that is the energetic update of where we're at. It's a lot. So the first thing we're going to do in this ritual, of course, I have my notebook. I encourage you to have a notebook if you want to jot down anything that comes through. And the place that we're going to start is with some intention setting. So I'm going to pop some intention setting starter statements in the chat. And these are, pick one that just calls to you, that you can jot something down. So maybe it's in the coming weeks, I will, I'm ready to, I choose to, just whatever of these statements or another way of setting intention that really lands for you your purpose in landing here right now in this present moment, and what you want to consciously cultivate or call more of in or release more of in the coming weeks. So I'm going to take a moment to write my intention down as well. If you have one you'd like to share, feel free to pop it in the chat. If you're stuck on what to write an intention on, maybe it's something to do with your intuition or your emotions, something with this watery Pisces energy. So feel free to continue writing. If there's some more you want to write down, I'm going to start getting my smoke cleansing bundle ready to go. And my intention, I set two. I said, I lovingly let go of the communities, people, and contracts falling away, and I invite in more loving abundance into my life. These are more vague intentions. So, how they come about might be a little bit more unexpected. I'm open to that. There's an energy of unknown right now, a big energy of unknown. So as we move into some energy clearing, as you're even setting intentions, one of the reasons I like to set the intentions at this stage is as we tune into what we want or what we're letting go of or what we believe we're ready to have, we start to hear the little inner narratives that are like, oh, you can't have that. No, this isn't good enough, or you need to do that first. We start to hear the mental chatter. And right now, a lot of us are experiencing mental chatter around uncertainty because there is a very uncertain energy in the air. So can you release right here, right now, the buy-in to uncertainty? Can you be willing to be uncertain in a new way? I love this message of inviting more peace into the world, more peace into each of our lives. Just more peace. Yeah. So as you inhale, I invite you to call yourself back home. So your eyes can be opened or closed. You can be journaling. You can be doing whatever you want here. But each time you inhale, I invite you to call yourself back home. And each time you exhale, I invite you to let go of anything that's not serving you, anything that doesn't feel in alignment. And going at your own pace here, I'm releasing on behalf of the collective these feelings of overwhelm when it comes to the overwhelming amount of uncertainty. Releasing to make space for more love, releasing to make more room for peace. Releasing the tension in our shoulders, the tension in our jaws, the gripping in our tummies. Releasing, whatever is ready to be let go. Oh, I posted earlier, I said, we're going to do some energy clearing and some heavy sighing. So I really invite you here. Here's one of the perks of only me being on camera is you get to have whatever wild experience you need to have. And it's not going to overlay anyone else's experience. So if you need to scream, if you need to growl, if you need to really heavy sigh the energy out, I'm going to really invite you to vocalize something here as you release. I love in sister circles where we all just collectively sigh out and we all make a different sound. Just really allowing the breath, the vocalization to let go a little bit more, to let there be this physical sense of letting go. And maybe really feeling those shoulders melt if you can, feeling the hips melt if you can. Again, however you're receiving this, just seeing where you could invite in a little bit more ease to the body. Releasing tension, releasing division, releasing doubt, fear, shame. Releasing the past disappointments. Releasing the uncertainty as a thing we need to buy into. Instead, making spaciousness for uncertainty to simply be reality. There's nothing that's completely certain other than this present moment. So just letting go. One more big sigh. If it feels good to do so. And we're going to shift into a time of guided visualization. As we dive into this, a couple of notes. You are welcome to have whatever experience you want to have. So your eyes can be opened or closed. You can sing, you can dance, you can pace around your room, you can journal, you can do art. Whatever is right for you as you experience this, and you can move in and out. There is no, you can drop back into meditation. It's not a big deal if you pop out. And you don't have to follow my words either. So I will lead you, and you can follow as much or as little as you want. And I always like to just say, during this time, I am just channeling what comes through. If I start speaking in a non-English language that is light language or glossolalia, it is just sounds and frequencies meant to help clear, activate, just really get the vibration of the energy in a different way. There is no harm in it. The translation, if you will, is something energetically having to do with something I say in English on either side. It's just, again, this frequency channel to help clear that. And sometimes it doesn't happen at all. So just like to give that that caveat every time in case it's your first time, because the first time I experienced light language from someone else, it was very alarming. So welcome, Rachel K. Good to see you. So we're just going to begin to anchor in however you want to anchor in, whether that's returning to the breath, Or maybe even though Pisces is a water sign and it's very emotional, I'm still feeling this remnant of the Virgo new moon and this physical energy that came in. So maybe just even putting your hands on your heart here as you begin to tune in. Remembering you can do whatever is right for you at any given moment. But just beginning to feel into the energy of love here and now. Beginning to anchor maybe into a recent moment in nature with a beloved animal companion or a loved one, where you just felt unconditionally loved and you felt unconditional love pouring out. And if no immediate moment comes up, I always just invite you to imagine that you are in a sea of puppies or kittens, just in like this perfect soft environment. And I mean, how how delightful. But as we begin to expand this feeling of love, we will gently drop down from the thinking mind into the heart space, imagining you're sinking like a stone from the brain or the mind right down into the heart. And from within this heart space, continuing to breathe and wash in this love. And indeed, this wash of love, a portal begins to open within your heart space. And through the portal, you can see the gentle ocean waves lapping against a shore. And as you feel called, you can step through this portal into this beach scene. And you're immediately taken by this super full moon, large and glowing over the ocean. The light refracting on the water as the waves chop the shore. And you might find your way to the shoreline. You might be called to stand or sit and just ground for a moment, connecting with the sound of the waves and the feeling of the shoreline beneath your feet. The magical sight of this incredibly large looking moon hovering over the water, casting reflections. It's mesmerizing. It's beautiful. It is awe-inspiring. It's dreamy. And as you take in this beautiful sight, you are suddenly called to begin to get into the water. First, your ankles, and then your calves, beginning to just pause and feel the water. Hearing the sound of the waves as they wash in and out, this ebb and flow, this tide pulling you in deeper. So you move in a little more until the water is up to your waist. The water is perfectly temperatured, perfectly comfortable for what your body needs right now to be most alive, most aware, most in tune. So that might be a rejuvenating chill, or it might be perfectly warm. But exactly what you need. As you stand here pausing with the water at your hips, you can really see up close the light on the water's surface. And in fact, as the waves move in and out and you put your hands on the surface of the water, just hovering on the surface of the water, you can feel the bubbles, the effervescent energy of the water's movement. And again, you are pulled in deeper. No sense of fear, only belonging as you move forward deeper into the ocean, and the water rises to your chest and then to your shoulders. And as only your head is above the water, once more you look around, knowing you are perfectly safe, perfectly held by the embrace of this ocean, this endless expanse, and by Grandmother Moon, whose light is casting down on you. And you take a nice deep breath, and you boldly plunge your head under the water and immediately turn into a fish. Take a moment to feel this new form, to feel your scales, your gills, to feel this transformation. And you find yourself beginning to swim, your body moving, agile, swift, swimming in a circle, feeling the fluidity that is here present for you. Swimming in a circle, in a spiral, maybe up and down in the water, just experimenting what it's like, being curious, playing here for a moment. Quishtia show shamanaya kasataya ka hainanaya shamanaya si koepakaya sayakaya hananahigosha. Just getting curious, playing in this energy, this new form as you move, as you find yourself communing with the water, unsure where you begin and it ends, and vice versa. Sio sumaya kasaya kasai no shukatati kaya nanaya kakaya oshumanana. Kiastia sio masia kasiaka. Swimming, you find yourself beginning to shed almost like steam rolling off your back, off your scales, just shedding these energies that have clung to you that no longer serve. And as the energy leaves you, the energy you're leaving behind, you see it turn to glitter, to stardust as the moonlight catches it and just immediately dissipates it, transmuting it, alchemizing it. So all of this heaviness, all of this uncertainty, any fear, shame, doubt just rolls off your body right into the water, and you see it alchemized before your very eyes. Glittering white stars rising to the heavens. You are going through a transformation. You are discerning what is yours to pursue, what you are leaving behind. You're in the energy of moving into a slower season, of really going with the flow, feeling that here now, you going with the flow, honoring the drive of your soul, of your heart, listening to your emotions as the signals and guideposts that they are. Really dropping in and having the opportunity to listen to the calling, the prompting of your highest self. This is what is available for you when you are aware. This is an invitation to become aware, feeling this fish body head to the final fin, really feeling the fullness of you, your energy, how you can be and create anything that you desire. And your dreams are here for you. They are being reborn in you even now, taking new shape, new form. Breathing in, feeling this rush of water streaming over you, feeling the gentle kiss of moonlight refracting on the water's surface. And as you rise to the water's surface once more, feeling yourself This yin and yang energy, two fish swimming around one another in balance and harmony. Feel your own duality, your light and your dark, your masculine and your feminine, your sacred solar, your sacred lunar. Feel the balance within you. And know that with awareness and cultivation, co-creation with these energies, that you can bring forward anything that you want. You can manifest. You can dream bigger. And as you see yourself in duality, see yourself in completion as you emerge from the water back into your full human self. You might take a moment to shake off the water as you swim back to shore and give thanks for the power of the power of the water to help you move, to help you cleanse, to help you heal, the power of water to call you back home, the power of the moonlight as you swim back to the shore, just acknowledging, thanking. This transformation is happening within, but as it happens within, it happens outside too. And your healing work, you're stepping into more alignment every single moment of awareness, of compassion, of joy, of curiosity, of co-creation with the universe. Every moment you are returning to love and to alignment so that you can move forward with your dreams and see them made reality. So as you step back up to the shore, once again, maybe just shaking that water off. You can do magic here. You can literally snap your fingers and go right back to being dry if you want. But just taking a moment to look at the moon, to feel her essence, this powerful Pisces glow, this invitation to transform, to believe in higher, to see what's possible, to be dreamy, and to listen to the wisdom in our feelings and not just rely on our thoughts. So once again, just taking a moment of gratitude for showing up to do this for yourself, to have moments of awareness, to open yourself spiritually, to call in alignment at the soul level. So just feeling yourself as one here, feet on the earth, body, mind, emotions, spirit, all as one. You in connection with your intuition, with your higher self, with your awareness, your curiosity, accessible to you anytime. And as we begin to close out this experience, just looking back to the ocean, hearing the lapping of the waves, that ebb and flow, be reminded that this is the nature of life. Ebb and flow, this light and dark, this push and pull, this duality. And you can find your balance as you sway from side to side. So as you feel ready, stepping through that portal once more back into the physical heart space, beginning to orient to the body again, maybe bringing hands to heart center if that feels good to do so again, just to anchor in this presence, feeling that love, that sense of being here now. And when you're ready, wiggling the fingers and toes, and if your eyes are closed, gently opening them to take in the space. And I always love to suggest a really good twist here, really orienting back into the space by looking up, by looking down, and left and right and behind, because this tells our nervous system that we are not being actively chased by a tiger. It's very affirming. Ah, Dawn, so good to see you here. Yes, dream bigger. We are being called to so much more. than what we're seeing in the collective right now, my friends. When we look out and we see this much level of destruction and imbalance and fear and pain, we know we can do better. So I'm with you all, standing with you in this ongoing journey of calling ourselves back home and calling ourselves to love and all of it. So I saw a meme earlier. By the way, feel free to jot down anything that's coming through for you. I'm just like in this dreamy flow right now. But I was laughing at a meme earlier that someone shared about, spiritual people being like, this eclipse is it. This is the one. We're releasing. We're doing. And, that's why we have this pattern. Yes. Like, I laugh at it because it's true. The only part of the meme that I was like, not true is we're not ascending. There's no one where we're just going to suddenly ascend. Every moon, every new moon, every full moon, every single day is an invitation to look at our cycles. And so I love using the full moons for like extra energy release and the new moons for extra intention setting. And that's a pattern that works for me. But life is cyclical, life is seasonal, life goes in ebbs and flows. And each moon is an invitation for us to clear again and again, and to intend higher again and again, and to keep calling ourselves into more. So we're going to be on this ride for a long time together, friends, because we're still here and we're still trying to do this incredible collective healing work. So I'd love to hear. That was a very interesting channel. A lot of times we meet guides, and today it was really about us meeting ourselves in a different way, and so it was very surprising. But I felt very nourished. So I hope you did too, and invite you to share anything that you want to share. So we've got some cards for some collective energy, just as we're kind of wrapping up this nice little package of energy clearing and visualization, just some things to really drive home. And to oh, you're so welcome, Donna, I'm so glad. To really like tune into energy to carry as we go into the waning phase, right? So full moon tonight, that means we're going into that dark half of the moon for the next 2-ish weeks. And so there's a slowdown energy in that. There's so much collective stuff to look at in that. So these cards are here to invite us into what to use this time for. So I'm already really amused. Yes, Pisces is an especially spiritual energy for sure, Mary Fran. It's I my one of my partners is like a triple Pisces. And I have so many friends that are Pisces, and just I love Pisces energy. I don't think I have any in my chart and I'm a little sad about it, but also the Pisces I know are going through a lot right now with this eclipse. So many blessings. So we have Yang Moon strength here. And first of all, I love these colors that are on this, because I don't know, this is a dreamy sort of Pisces energy to me. The sacral water, I think of orange, and I think of Pisces when I think of that. And the strength that we're being called into is the strength of processing our feelings. So we need to be strong right now to really feel what is here to feel, because it's a lot. It takes an incredible amount of strength to feel all of the emotions that are coming up. But it is essential that we process these feelings that are coming up, because in processing them, we're building strength, but we're also getting that discernment, right? I mentioned earlier, there's a lot of transformation energy, and there's a lot of like old stuff falling away and kind of the dreams being reignited and brought into focus and clarity. I've talked to a lot of fellow entrepreneurs in this past week. They're like, oh my gosh, I'm getting such clarity in my business. People are getting clarity in relationships. People are getting clarity on like what they want to do in life next. So it takes strength to process the feelings, but the feelings are going to help guide us where to go next. So it's really, really important. And the last card here is the moonflower, to take a risk. So when we're feeling vulnerable, it can feel exceptionally scary. The idea of taking a risk is alarming, like, oh, I don't want to do that. But with this strength and this processing of our feelings, the risk is going to pay off in that we're going to get this emotional clarity. We're going to let things go away that aren't for us. We're going to really call in powerfully a new energy because we're willing to do something different than how it's always been done. Oh my gosh, if that is not the message of this time period, is we need to stop doing what's always been done and do something new, something more nourishing for all, for ourselves, right? That starts with that anchoring into ourselves, knowing what we want, what we're dreaming for ourselves. And then it gives us this sense of ease that we can support others in doing the same. There's no threat, there's no risk when everybody can stand in their power and be themselves. So that's what we're moving towards. That's the future I'm dreaming up. I'd love to hear about the futures you're dreaming up and how we can make that a reality together. So this is an exceptionally potent energetic time. This is today actually the harvest moon and the partial lunar eclipse, which we talked about. But it's also the Chinese celebration of the Mooncake Festival, where families gather and honor the moon and share in celebration. And it's technically like our lunar fall. So we do have the equinox literally coming up, and the equinox, the fall equinox, we're moving into the dark chapter of the year. We're moving into a time of hibernation and slowing down, at least if you're in the northern hemisphere like me. Um, Otherwise, you're going through a different transition right now. But for those of you who need that, to honor that stillness, I would love to invite you to join us for the digital day retreat bear immersion, which is coming up on 11/2, so November 2nd. It's Saturday. I will pop a link in the comments, but it is going to be a day of honoring this slowdown in a big way during such a highly charged time. Yes, exactly that, Mary Fran, envisioning a world where women's rights expand. I'm envisioning that too. I love that future as well, says Dawn, where everyone feels nourished. A big hug for the entire world for some dope healing. Yes. I love it. So I would love if you would join me for that immersion. If you have any questions, feel free to reach out. Otherwise, we will be back eh, in about 2 weeks for our next moon call. I want to share with you, if you love to participate in these and you're like, hey, I want to make sure that I don't miss them. We do have a way to sign up for these now so that you'll get the link directly in your inbox, and you can remember to hop on live if you can, or you'll have the link for the replay. So that is safrianna.com/moon. And otherwise, if these are supportive and nourishing to you and you would like to support me, I am so happy for you to donate, which you can do at safrianna.com/donate. So Dawn, how far in advance do you need us to sign up? If you are talking about the bear day retreat, you could literally sign up the night before, I think. I think the latest email goes out the morning of with the link. So all of that is set up. But if you have any other questions, let me know. There is no replay for that event because we're going to be in our PJs, curled up in blankets together, like having a cozy live moment. I'm not doing a replay of that. It just doesn't feel energetically aligned. But so there are no refunds unless you cancel 3 days in advance, in which case I'm more than happy to give you your $11 or whatever you paid back. And otherwise, if you can't make it, I'll send you the book and some guided meditations that I'm putting together. So I hope to see you there. I'm sending you all so much love. Go see the moon tonight if you can. Like I said, it's raining here, so I don't think I will get to, but put your feet on the earth if you have the opportunity. Love your neighbor if you can. Squeeze someone extra tight tonight. We need more of this love energy. We need more of this grounding into our bodies and really being here together. So know that I'm sending you lots of love and support, and I am cheering you